Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. He called them one by one. James, the one they called the less, Simon also Thaddeus, 12 apostles Judas made. Jesus was by him betrayed. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. He called them one by one. Wait, there's more, oh yes, it's true. I am one and so are you. Jesus said, come follow me. In Matthew 1 verse 19. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. Yes, Jesus called them. He called them one by one.
In the Bible.
So to all our viewers today, we're going to be talking about the 12 disciples, and I'm going to be reading from three excerpts from the Bible. So the first one that we have is from Mark chapter 3, verses 16 to 19. These are the 12 he appointed: Simon, to whom he gave the name Peter; James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. To them he gave the name Boanerges, which means son of thunder; Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. The second, we have Luke chapter 9, verses 51 to 55. As the time approached for him to be taken up to heaven, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem. And he sent messengers on ahead who went into a Samaritan village to get things ready for him. But the people there did not welcome him, because he was heading for Jerusalem. When the disciples James and John saw this, they asked, "Lord, do you want us to call fire down from the heaven to destroy them?" But Jesus turned and rebuked them. Rebuke means to correct someone for a wrong idea. The third excerpt is from John chapter 18, verses 1 to 11, at Jesus' arrest. When he had finished praying, Jesus left with his disciples and crossed the Kidron Valley. On the other side there was a garden, and he and his disciples went into it. Now Judas, who betrayed him, knew the place, because Jesus had often met there with his disciples. So Judas came to the garden, guiding a detachment of soldiers and some officials from the chief priests and the Pharisees. They were carrying torches, lanterns, and weapons. Jesus, knowing all that was going to happen to him, went out and asked them, "Who is it you want?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "I am he," Jesus said. And Judas, the traitor, who was standing there with them. When Jesus said, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. Again he asked them, "Who is it you want?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they said. Jesus answered, "I told you that I am he. If you are looking for me, then let these men go." This happened so that the words he had spoken would be fulfilled. "I have not lost one of those who gave me." Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Jesus commanded Peter, "Put your sword away. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" The disciples were very young men. Think of some of your youngest school teachers. John was allegedly still a teenager. They were committed to their teacher and prophet Jesus of Nazareth, but they would not have seemed like the types to run a worldwide evangelistic search that would change the course of mankind. Throughout Christ's 3-year ministry, they were messing up a lot. They often did not understand Jesus' teaching. When he performed miracles, some of them doubted right up to the moment it happened. They created embarrassments. They argued among each other, pulled rank on each other, gossiped, and got their parents involved. When we look at the Gospels and get the big picture of this, it can raise the question, why exactly did Christ pick these guys? Jesus never said why these 12 were picked, but we are led to believe Christ saw their potential, which, when they were filled with the Holy Spirit, would reveal extraordinary strengths and virtues. So the big message: the disciples were a lot like we are. They were just human guys. If you ever doubt that God can do great and amazing things with your life, then think again. God is just waiting to make you into someone who is important to the kingdom. Don't doubt. Just listen to God's voice daily and tell him you want to become like these men, where in the end, they told people about Jesus and wrote about him. 2,000 years later, we are still reading about all the disciples did and how they become great leaders with the help of the Holy Spirit. So are you ready to follow them?
Create your own book. The template for this crafting idea you can find in the description box below. First step, coloring.
So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold your paper in half, hot dog style, like this. Right along the middle. Make sure it's even. And then grab your scissors, and we are going to cut along the dotted line. So right along the middle there. Unfold your paper. There should be a little hole in the middle. And next, we're going to fold along each solid line. So in between each of the disciples, and fold it front and back, just to get the paper loose. So the last thing you're going to do is you're going to grab this very creased paper. You're going to fold it kind of in half, hot dog style. Grab the ends and push it together so that the sides pop out and it forms like an X. Find the cover of your book and fold it over to the front. Make sure to color this page too and put your name on it. And then you open it up and you have your very own book of the disciples. So you can put this on your bookshelf, on your nightstand, and study it to get to know some of Jesus' disciples a little bit more. Then the next thing we have is a 12 disciple activity sheet, and you can also find the link for this in the description below. There are plenty of steps on here to get you used to the different disciples and what they were like, and some fun facts about them. So
Feel free to color this one too, and
You spread out the skies over empty space, said let there be light to a dark and formless world. Your light was born. You spread out your arms over empty hearts, said let there be light to a dark and hopeless world where a son was born. You made the world and saw that it was good. Send your only son, for you are good. What a wonderful maker. What a wonderful Savior. How majestic your response, and how humble your love, with a strength like no other, and the heart of the Father. How majestic your response. What a wonderful God. How majestic your response. What a wonderful God.
Lay my life down at your feet, 'cause you're the only one I need. Took to you and you were always there. Troubled times, it's you I see. Put you first, that's all I need. Humble all I am unto you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. You were always there, every how and everywhere. Grace and found so deep within me. You will never ever change. Yesterday, today the same day. Forever till forever means no end. One day, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One day, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, living life for you. You are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, living life for you. You are the way, the truth, and the life. By faith and not by sight. For Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One day, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for.
Have a blessed Sunday.